There are slideshow. All right, so I'm just gonna close this screen for a minute so everybody can see the whole picture, okay? So we are gonna learn about Git and GitHub, okay? So, before we begin, before we can fully appreciate how Git and GitHub are helpful, we need to learn about how software is usually built, okay? So, building software is a team effort, okay? Just like how you guys are in a group right now, maybe you guys form friends and you guys are studying together, you know, filling the gaps of knowledge. Software is built the exact same way. You are rarely gonna be coding by yourself in the real world market. You're not going to be coding by yourself. You're not going to be sitting in a cubicle. You're not going to be, you're in your own office just coding away. You are going to be put into a team of fellow engineers in order to solve a problem or to make something. Now, each member of the team is going to be responsible for creating small parts of the entire program. Okay, and those small parts are going to be at the end put together to make the final product. Okay, so it's a step-by-step process. You're not going to be given an entire project to do by yourself. All right. So let's look at an example. You are part of a team of developers at a bank, and your boss says he wants you to make a banking app. So let's look at the first picture on the left. Let's just say this is like a mock design of what our app should look like, right? So let's say, there's bill pay, there's fund transfer, there's my accounts, my faves, other services, and prepaid services. So what's going to happen is that each member of the team is going to be responsible for making one part of that app, okay? You're not going to be making the whole thing. So quickly, let me just see if there are any questions. They're double negative. And I don't know, nothing there, double negative. That's how I learn as well. Good, everybody agrees with me. I don't see any hands up, so let's continue. Oh. All right, so how does it work? So each team member works on their own part and then adds it to the overall project. So the app is built one piece at a time. So one person in the team might be creating bill pay function. Someone else might be working on the transfers fund. Someone else might be working on my account, and someone else working on other services. Now, let me just see one thing. All right, so each person is going to be writing their own code portion. All right, so someone, the guy who's building bill pay, he might be done with 10% of the function by the end of the day, right? And the next guy, he's, done 17%, he's done with 23%, and you get it, right? So at the end of the day, they're going to be putting all their progress into the main folder where the project is stored, right? Makes sense, right? So let's say after everybody does their portion, the total bank app is 18% complete, right? Makes sense so far, right? So let's go into a little scenario. Okay. Suppose one of the team members made a mistake in his code, and after uploading his part, the total project is not working, right? What can the team, that should say do, to fix the problem, fix the project? So, example, our developer who's working on the bill pay portion, he made an error in his code, and then when he uploaded it to the, the overall project, his error is now making the entire app not work, right? Obviously, the boss is very angry, right? So how do we fix that? This is where Git comes into the picture, okay? So like the brother, he just said, Git is a version control tool. All right, so let's say that the bank app, the folder that we're creating the app, had Git installed. So each time the team members save their own work, Git keeps a copy of the progress. All right, so we call it, Git calls it a snapshot. So each time everybody uploads their portion, Git keeps that, instance saved. So if the project suddenly runs into an error, it's not working, the team can download the version of the project that was working right before the error was saved, right? Makes sense, right? So let's take a look. In the beginning, everybody contributed, and there was a version 1.0, and everybody kept making progress, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Now, at 1.4, one of our developers made a mistake, and now the entire app is not working. So if they had Git, what they could do is, they could go to version 1.3 right before the error was made, and they can download that latest version. Git's going to let you download that latest version, and everybody can work on that portion from that point on. So they no longer have to worry about, the entire project, having to go in the garbage and having to start all over. They have the version that worked right before the error, and they can just work on that. So makes sense so far, I hope, at least. So let me see if there are any questions, any hands up. How do I mute everybody? এটা তো মামু আমাকে দেখে তো এটা তো এটা তো করলে আমার
আপনি ওকে all this one
ভাই সেম প্লেসে আনমিউট করলে এরকম হবে নয়েজ হবে
সবাইকে একটু মিউট করলে তো আর হবে না, রাইট?
মানে এই প্লেসে যদি কাউকে আনমিউট করেন then it's gonna be make noise.
আমি তো কেউ তো
আউটসাইডে যদি আনমিউট করেন you can talk to them.
ওকে।
আর যদি এখানে কাউকে আনমিউট করেন আপনাকে মিউট করতে হবে।
আপনি নিজে মিউট করে দেন।
Okay. Okay guys, good night.
Okay, sorry about that. We had a little static interference, but looks like it's fixed right now. So we're gonna be. Let's go back. All right. So just give me 1 second. All right. Remember, if anybody online has any questions, just put up your hands. I'll look at it every once in a while. If I see any hands up, I'll answer them, okay? All right. All right, so back to the presentation. All right, so we said that Git lets you retrieve the latest working version of your app so you don't have to start all over, right? Let's say it took you 3 months to get to the version 1.3. And then after one little bug, right, 3 months of progress is in the garbage. You have to start all over, right? That's not good, right? Especially when you're on a deadline. So with version control, with Git, you can work on the last working version. So just think how valuable this is to you as a developer.
It's gonna save up to the version 1.3 altogether. I mean, different developer is working on different things, right?
It's gonna store every single one of them. It's gonna have 1.0, 1.1, everything. Every.
So there was an example in JMath class. Remember everyone? What he did, he went to the MS Word. He write a line, right?
Right.
And every time he saved, he changed the color.
Yeah. So Git, it doesn't store only the latest version of your project. It stores every version that was ever saved. So let's say you're on version 1.3 and for some reason you need to go back to the version 1.1. Okay, so Git is not gonna only keep version 1.3. It's gonna store 1.3, 1.2. So you can go back, to the very first change that you made in the project. Okay, so that's very cool, and as a developer, that is, very, very valuable. I see someone's screen. Can you please turn off your video, please? কি করবো?
You continue. You gotta turn it off.
Okay, so I'm just gonna close it. Okay. All right, so everybody's good up to this point, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's continue. So summary. Git is a tool for developers to save and keep track of the progress on their project. Git lets us keep versions of our project so we can always get a working version if we run into any problems. All right, so now a lot of the things that you're going to be using Git for, in order to even use Git, you guys should be familiar with the command line prompts. If you have a Mac, you should know the command line prompts for Mac. If you have a Windows, you're going to use CMD, and terminal is for Mac. So if you guys want, we can review the basic ones that we're going to need. কি করবো? So what are big guys online? What do you guys think? Do you guys need a little review of, the command line prompts? You can just type in the chat box if you need a little review.
Copy the link over there.
Where?
I'll copy the link over there so we can.
Okay. All right. So yes, at least one person wants a review. So don't be shy. If you guys need help, just say it. There's no stupid questions. There's no stupid answers. Okay. So I'm gonna do terminal first Mac first because that's what I have. It's easier, right? So I'm not downplaying any of you guys with Windows, but since I have a Mac, we'll do. No, what did Mafi Bai say?
We don't need.
But you want if you want to show us on a partial machine.
It's okay. It's all on the internet anyway.
I think it's same from here.
All right. So I'm gonna upload the presentation to either Dropbox or Google Hangout. So you guys, the links to these websites are gonna be in the slides. So let's get started. Okay. So I'm not gonna do the shortcuts. You don't need that. So let's start with the core commands. Remember, this is for Mac. All right, but a lot of the functions are very similar. So when we want to enter into a certain directory, we type CD, and then we type the name of that directory. Okay, and don't worry. I'm gonna do an example. So right now it's just a little review. Don't worry, we're gonna do a completely live example. All right, so let's say you're in a folder and you want a list of every single file that's in that folder. So just go to that directory with CD, and then you're gonna write ls. ls stands for short list, or just list show. And that's just gonna give you a list of every single file that's in a folder. Okay, so CD, ls, that's the top one, top two in the list. Command, let's see. Touch. If you are in a file, if you're in a folder and you do touch basically means create something. So if you do touch, then you write text.txt. That means create a text file in this folder. Okay. All right. So then I'm going to directory management. MKDR stands for make a directory. Make basically means you want to create a folder. Right. So MKDR, and then write the folder name that you want, and
question here. Can you hear anything?
let me see the question. I don't see any hands raised though.
Yeah, there's a person who's
Chat box.
Chat box.
Oh,
Box. Go store.
can't hear anything. No, the audio is fine. Look, the next guy is saying it's
I
all.
guess the problem is
Yeah, Mohammed, no, I'm sorry, not Mohammed. Sheikh Mohammed, I think the problem is with your mic because everybody else says that they are hearing just fine. Okay. All right, so please just fix your mic. All right, so mkdir makes a folder, makes a directory. Okay, and our other ones. Honestly, that's really the basic that all you really need when you want to work with Git. So that is Mac. We are gonna go to Windows. All right, so Windows, you guys are gonna use the Windows command prompt. So let's go to that link. Okay, name of the current directory. Yes. So dir, that's the equivalent of ls in Mac. If you write dir, it's going to list all the folders, I mean all the files inside a folder, the current folder that you're in. cd displays the name of the current directory. Right. Or changes the current folder. Right, but it says or, so I'm not sure on a Windows, does it just tell you what the current folder is?
CD, yeah, CD, yeah. Actually, it has changed here.
Change? Okay. Yeah, so see.
Both.
So
I don't know here. You can do CD backslash. That's also work.
okay, so from what everybody else is saying, CD is the same thing as CD, as in in terminal. It just goes to a certain folder. mkdir, it's the exact same command as in terminal. Creates the folder. rmdir deletes the folder, and then you can everything else is self-explanatory. Everybody is gonna have a copy of this link in the presentation wherever I upload it. I'll let you know. No questions? Okay, good. So let's go back. All right. Okay, so now that we know our command line prompts, let's look at some basic Git commands. Okay. Ad block. Do I have ad block here? Okay. Just give me 1 second, guys, while I... oh, right. I'm blind. I'm sorry. So let's just pause on this website so we get rid of this. Okay. All right, good. All right, so let's look at these Git cheat sheet. Okay. So git config global username and then git config user.email. Don't worry. This command you're only going to have to do once when you set up Git for the first time. After that, you never have to worry about this again, so don't get scared by this. So whenever you want to create, whenever we're in the first stage of our project, whichever folder our project is going to be in, we go to that folder and we write git init. That's going to tell the computer, all right, I'm going to create a Git version control system inside this folder where this project exists. Okay, so if you do that no, from the very first thing that's you do when you start your project, you're gonna have a history of every single change that you made from your project from conception. Okay. So Git status. Git status basically just tells you if there are any changes have been made to your project. If it just tells you if anything needs to be saved. So this is a very common command. You're going to be using this almost always. Similarly, git add. Git add. So Git has 4 stages. The first is the source control, which is where you just type your code, right? Everybody types their own code. Then there's something called staging. Okay, so when you go to the staging, any progress that you've made isn't saved yet. You're just telling it it's about to be saved, right? So when you write git add, it takes all those changes and puts it in the stage, right? It's preparing it to be saved, but not saved yet. All right, so, and finally, this is git commit -m. This is the last command you're gonna type that's gonna finalize saving your progress. So this is the last step. After you enter this command, whatever you typed is saved. All right, everybody with me so far? Don't worry, we're gonna be doing examples. So, all right. So git branch. This is a little advanced. We don't need to deal with this right now. Git show, git reset, stash list, git remote. Okay, so git remote, we're going to be coming back to this when we talk about GitHub. All right, so for now, so all these commands that are under working with remote branch, we don't have to worry about it until we set up GitHub. So don't worry. And we're going to talk about GitHub. So don't get phased out by this portion by now. We're going to be doing an example. Don't worry. Log out. I don't know if you're talking to me. No questions? Good. I assume everybody's understanding then. Okay. All right, so back. All right, so we had git command prompts. Let's continue. All right. So you understand Git, but what is GitHub? They both have Git in them, so they must somehow be related. But what is the relationship? Okay. All right, so we established that Git is a way for developers to save and keep track of their project. But where are those changes, and more importantly, where is the project saved? It would be difficult if the project was stored on one of your team members' computer. You have to send your progress to him by email or flash drive, right? Every time you add some code, you have to put it in a flash drive and send it to him so he can copy it to his computer. Every time he adds changes, he has to save it on a flash drive and send it to each of the other team members, right? So they can copy it to their, their system, so they can have the latest version.
Someone has a question.
Someone has a question? Okay. Where? Oh. Sheikh Mohammed, okay. Okay, Sheikh Mohammed, I see that you have a question. I'm going to unmute you, okay? Okay, Sheikh Mohammed, yes. What's your question?
Yeah, my question is like the commands in Git are platform friendly. I mean, is it for the Windows
Hello?
and
Can you
Mac
hear me,
the
Sheikh
same?
Mohammed?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I'm not muted. No, I unmuted him.
I mean, he has to unmute himself. How to unmute himself?
No, I unmuted him.
Ask him to unmute himself.
I'm unmuted here.
You unmuted, but he has to unmute himself.
Yeah, I unmuted you, but you have to unmute yourself as well.
No, I can see. I'm not unmuted here.
Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, I'm unmuted. You can hear me?
Okay. Okay. Say something. Let me see if I can hear you.
My question is like the command the cheat sheet here describes the command about the Git. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, everything is good.
Yeah, I guess his volume.
আপনার আউটপুট
No, the rest volume is up.
আপনার আউটপুট না না ওনার আউটপুটও ঠিক আছে
আমার তো আউটপুট ঠিক আছে
তারও ঠিক আছে
Maybe his speaker is not maybe workable in their speaker.
No, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can hear you too.
Okay, now I can hear you. What's your question?
My question was the commands in Git are platform friendly. Is it different from Mac and Windows or is it the same?
It's the same. It's the
Okay.
same. All right, so don't worry. Git is platform independent. Don't worry. So, any other questions?
No, that's all.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So this way of creating project, making changes can be very annoying, right? So let's go back to our previous slide. Okay, guys, ready? Okay. So just to look at an example of, how this can be very annoying, very tedious. Let's look at our, our team member who originally made the mistake, the error. Let's just say he didn't make an error, but let's say he finished his work, right? And originally he was done with 10% of his work, but now, the next day he's done with 11%, right? And he saves this change. Now let's say that change makes the entire project 19% complete, right? But what is the problem here? The problem here is that our team member who's working on bill pay, he has the latest version. He just added his code to the current project, right? So he has the latest version, but all the other team members, right? Her, him, and him, they still have the version that's 18%. So now what do they have to do? They have to, our bill pay guy, he has to put his progress on a flash drive and give it to each of the other members so they have the latest version. And then let's say our team member who's working on transfer funds adds, her own progress. And now she has the latest version. Now everybody else has an outdated version. So she has to give everybody else flash drives with the latest version, right? So you can see that every time someone makes a little change, you see how much work they have to do to get the latest version. I have to put it in a flash drive, give it to all of you. Every time each one of you makes a change, you have to give me and everybody else, right? So it's very annoying. Imagine if software was built this way. It would take a very long time and it would be very inefficient, right? Right, so this is where GitHub comes in. So instead of storing your project on the computer, wouldn't it be easier if it was stored on a folder on the internet, like Dropbox, right? You guys are familiar with Dropbox. Wouldn't it be easier if your project was on Dropbox? Every time you needed something, you can just download. Every time you needed to upload, you just drag and drop, right? Yes.
So you were saying that we can actually store our projects into GitHub and nothing else? Like in Dropbox, we can actually store everything, whatever we want.
You can store it on GitHub, but the industry standard is for developing software is GitHub, because it's so specialized specifically for developing software.
Okay. And like in Dropbox, you can give access to your Dropbox to everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for the GitHub, like only for the project members, or you can actually give access to your GitHub someone else.
So
whoever I want.
So we're gonna be looking at an example later, but basically when you set up your let's say your folder on GitHub, right, your project folder, initially it's gonna be set as public.
Public is free, private is charged.
Yes. So like Mafi Bhai said, private they're gonna charge you a fee, but initially it's gonna be public. That means everybody has access to reading it, right? They can see what's inside the folder. They can download.
Yeah, you're finished.
Okay, so they can download it, but they can't write. They can't add anything into it unless the owner, right? Yeah, the owner, the team, whoever is part of the team, they give permission. Then they can add it. So, yeah. So next question.
So yeah, Git and versus Dropbox. Dropbox is not secure. You see that there was one guy, I don't want to mention the name, who was deleting files.
Yeah.
So in Git, that is not possible. One thing. Another thing, Git can be integrated. When you have another tool, one check.
So one of the brothers explaining that you could use Dropbox to store your project, but it wouldn't be safe, right? Because everybody has access to Dropbox. They can delete or add files as much as they want, right? What if someone just comes into your Dropbox and just uninstalls every file that you guys worked on? There's no security. So GitHub gives you security. So Imagine GitHub as like your folder with private, right? Remember the access modifiers, public, private, protected. So think of GitHub as private.
Can I add something?
Yes.
Okay. Over here in our class, wherever we are attending, a lot of people they have no idea what they are doing. Sometimes we are mistakenly deleting some files or something. But in practical life, whenever you're gonna upload your file, there will be only your team member. So they know very well. They can use that your version. They can download it, but they cannot modify your code.
Exactly. So
don't be worried about your code. Don't be worried some student going to modify your code or something. So it's 100% secure. Like another thing, in Dropbox, maybe someone deletes something, so Mafi Bhai told, you delete this one. That means there is an option by the organizer, like, who delete this one?
See.
So there is a control on Git too, like who did that? So you can ask him, my friend, what you did.
Right, so...
Get fired, huh?
Oh no, nothing gonna happen, dude.
Right, so...
mistakenly done. But
you are giving the access, or you
But
are
it's a
giving the
silly
access.
mistake.
It's just the read-only or the
Yeah.
Alright, guys, we can discuss this later. So the brother was saying, right, in Dropbox, whatever someone does, there's always a history. You can see what changes someone does. So if anyone deletes something, it'll tell you their name, right? So similarly in Git, there's this command called git blame, right? It's a good name, right?
Yep.
It tells you who to blame. So you write git blame and then the name of the file that you want to see the history. So every single history that was changed, that was made, and the person that made that change is going to give you a list. So we're not going to go into that right now. We're just going to learn the basics of Git. But I mean, I hope you understand.
Be comfortable, you're being secure.
Right. So yeah, just know you can download the latest version and upload your portion directly online. Yeah, so it's just a very easy way for developers to contribute their project and access, the entire project whenever they need it. All right, so let's go to the next slide. I hope everybody online understands. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible, as straightforward. So if you guys do understand, just type yes, so I know I can move on. All right. Take that as a yes. Oh, next slide. Oh. Wonderful, good. I like it. All right, so Git plus GitHub equals the best way to build a project. Git, you use Git to save your code in the overall project, the progress, and you use GitHub as a storage location for your project, so everyone has access to it. Together, they make developing your project very efficient. All right, so I keep forgetting slideshow. All right, so now that we went over the basics, we're going to do a demo. Just make sure everybody else understands. Good, let's move on. And you know what? Where do you guys want me to put this presentation? I'm gonna put it on webinar, okay? Just so, and then.
Dropbox. You can put in both. Or in Hangout.
Yeah, online says Dropbox.
I'll put it in Dropbox. Yes. Okay. So Dropbox. Yes. Okay. So I'm just going to put it in Selenium July 2018. I'm just going to put it here. Okay.
Yeah.
Mentor.
Okay. We're in it, right? Okay. So it should be in there. Links are there. I hope everybody has Dropbox at this point. If you don't, I'm very disappointed. Okay. Unless you're new, then you have an excuse. Okay. All right. All right. So time is what? 9:10, right? 9:10? 9:07. No.
You're done?
No. I just want to see where we are with time. All right. So, all right, guys. Okay. So we will first be doing GitHub. Okay. I assume. So everybody just open a browser with me. My God. I think they're from the taxi. Yeah. All right. All right. So guys, I already have GitHub, so it's not gonna let me download it again. So what if I make one of you guys share your screen and then we can walk through it, right? Somebody not have GitHub? Okay, so Mamun bhai, can I just, is there a way to just share her screen but still make me the presenter?
Yes.
Make a presenter.
No. But then her voice is gonna be, right? I want my voice, but I'm just gonna tell her what to do.
There's an option. I mean,
No, they can. I'm
Presenter first. Let's see what happens.
You don't have to be present. Just give her the access.
What's your name? Dudra? So I'm just gonna make someone share their screen because I already have GitHub, so it's not gonna let me. What's your number? What's your ID?
I think my ID is not there. It's NUDR18.
Nudra, there's a Nudra.
এনার ওই যে নুদরা দুই যে
Okay.
আরে আনমিউট করেন আনমিউট করার পর এর হ্যাঁ
We can make a presentation.
আচ্ছা আল্লাহর ইদের ওই যে
Can I just share her screen?
yes allow কি জানি allow drawing allow keyboard allow mouse কি জানি করে টেমা যাবে
Let's make presentation.
Okay, so I'm gonna make one of the other students.
না অলরেডি allow দেওয়া আছে উনি খালি এই যে এটা ক্লিক করব এই যে এটা
Okay. But that's just gonna share her webcam. It's not gonna share her screen. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm just working out some technical details of webinar because this is my first time using presenting, so I'm still getting familiar with it.
It's like a team viewer. You have to make a presentation. Nothing, right?
Mamun bhai kibabe korche? I mean, Mafi bhai kibabe korche?
Make a presentation. Yeah, I see message. Just sure.
Let's make a presentation. Let's see what happens. Okay, go. Yeah, that's true. Okay then.
প্রেজেন্টার দিলেই প্রেজেন্টার বানাবেন
Now, yeah. Okay. So everybody, but are they going to hear my voice or her voice now?
Both. You can mute and you can just get on it.
Let's just. Can everybody still hear my voice?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'm going to walk her through how to create a GitHub account, and you guys should be doing the same on your own browser. So you said you don't have an account. So it's
No, I was just going to create one.
Oh, okay. So everybody, go to github.com and just click the sign up button on the top. So it's pretty simple, straightforward. You write your username, and then you're going to write your email, and then you're going to create a password. Okay, so go ahead. So sign up.
Now?
Everybody should be doing it. There was a new password you probably also been reported as common. Okay, so it's saying there's a problem with your password. Just make something else. Okay. And everybody online, you guys should be basically doing the same thing as her. Okay, so make password. Start again on page.
KPI is created. I got a notice 2 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, this page.
That means it's not a safe password.
Okay.
So just make something. No. Just write something. Just write it in text.
Yes. Yes, right password.
Follow the instructions.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Fahim bhai, do it again, please. Fahim bhai, don't do it again. Apnar chobi. Don't do it. Okay. All right. So everybody, if you guys moved on to the next screen successfully, we're gonna go with the public repositories that are free. Obviously, like Mafi bhai said, if you want the private one, you're gonna have to pay a fee. So continue. All right. Everybody's doing this on their computer, right?
Yeah.
So how would you describe Permanent? This is up to you.
You can escape it. You can escape it.
Oh, okay. If you can skip it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Skip this step.
Skip this step.
Okay. So read the guide. Start a project. Please. Okay. So you might have to verify your email. So there should be a link sent to the email that you signed up with. So you can just go to that and just confirm. Everybody go to their email and just confirm on the link. Just verify email address. Okay. And that's it. So you guys basically created your GitHub account. Hopefully you guys are doing it. I can't see you, but I assume you're doing it. Your email is verified. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go to the home page. Okay. So if you guys are on the same page as the one that's right now being shown, you guys did it. All right. You guys have your GitHub account. So congratulations. So we're gonna put this to the side for now, and now we're gonna go and install Git, because GitHub without Git it's nothing. So if you have a Mac, you should be typing Git Mac download. If you have a PC, you should be writing Git download for PC or Windows. So you don't have Git, right? Okay, so that's Git Mac. I'm right now on a Mac computer, so I'm just going to write Git Mac download. If you're on a Windows, you should do Git Windows download. And I'm not sure, is this the official site? Okay, so you guys are here. Okay, so if you have Windows, download the Windows. If you have Mac, download Mac. Should be pretty straightforward. So your link should be downloading. I hope everyone online is being able to do it without any problems. If you do have problems, just raise your hand. Yes.
I remember in the class, the teacher said for the Mac, just the home group.
Right. I don't know if I want to do it like
And
that.
I did it.
So you have Git already?
Yeah, I just created an account.
Now,
And
we
all have Git. We did it on last class.
so we all have Git, but no GitHub.
No.
So let's call the Git only, because
Yeah, but here's the thing. Everybody here has Git, but I'm not sure about the people online.
last time, yeah.
So guys, if everybody, a lot of the people who are physically here already have Git installed because it was shown during class. So since everybody here has it, I'm just waiting for everybody online. If you guys all have Git installed, I can move on. So if everybody has it, it looks like everybody already has it. They said move on. You don't have it. Did it download? Okay. All right. Just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna configure it on one of the computers. Okay. So just come to me at the end of the class. I'll set it up for you. Okay. Okay. Make me the presenter again. Okay, now just mute yourself. Okay, you're muted. Okay, all right. Okay, guys, so we're back to my computer, and looks like everybody has Git, so that's good. That saves me a lot of time, and we can actually look at an example. Okay. Did everybody create a GitHub account as well? Right now, online? Just type yes or no, so I can move on. Yes, yes. Okay, good. It's a very easy, straightforward process. So, good. All right. So now we're going to create our first project. Okay. So I could do a lot of these commands through, the command line or through the terminal, but I just like to do it with right-clicking and just creating new folders, and it's just easier for me. So I am going to create a new folder. Everybody should be doing the same. And let's just call it Git, not gut, Git test. Okay? So let's do that. Okay. Now, I'm on a Mac, so I'm going to open Terminal. And you guys should be, the ones who are on PC should be opening the bash or, Git bash, right? So if you just go to search and you type in bash, you should see an icon. You should just click it. Okay. So anybody on the PC, you guys have it? Git bash. It open. Yes. Okay. All right. So those of you on the PC, yeah. So just search for Git bash and click enter. So if you're on the terminal right now, let's read it. It says Junaid Alam. That's me. It's in my user account. Now, where did we create this folder? Right on our desktop, right? So before I can even go to this folder, I have to go to the desktop first, right? So you guys remember the command? CD desktop. You guys, yeah, so press enter. And now it says I'm in my desktop now. What ls? What does that do?
Show up the list that are in the desktop.
It'll show me all the folders on my desktop. So let's press enter. And it's showing me all the folders that I have. So Selenium, Core Java, and right here, Git test. So I can do CD, right? And then there's a little shortcut. All I have to do is type a few letters of the folder. So I'm just going to write Git, and then I'm going to press tab. Tab is like autocomplete. Okay, so it saves you writing. So press enter. So no, you can see my screen, right? So CD, write 2 or 3 letters, and then the tab button. It'll autocomplete. Okay, it's not going to let me do that because I'm already in the directory. Show, please. Okay. You want me to show it again? You guys need to? You guys need to?
Someone says in the online shop, please again.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back. So don't. If you do CD and then you do ... that means go back one folder. Okay, so type that, and now you see I'm back in my desktop. Okay, so I want to go in the Git test folder. So I write CD, right? Change directory, and all I have to do is type first 3 letters Git, and then I just press the tab button, right? Tab keyboard, the key button, and look, it auto completes for me. Right? Everybody's getting that?
Yeah.
All right, so press enter. Now I'm here. Okay. So now I'm gonna let's open this folder. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna create a new file. Not new file. File. Not new folder. Okay. Let's just use it through the command. Okay. No, but I can just make a text file, right? I don't have to create a folder, right? So I want to create a text file, a blank text file in the Git test folder. So I'm going to write touch. Okay, and I'm going to write sample.txt. So create a sample text file. Press enter. And now if I open the folder, you see the text file is there. Those of you who have Windows, is touch the same thing as in Mac, like to create a file or create a folder? No, I'm asking you.
Okay, actually, I already created. Yeah, same thing, yeah.
Same thing?
Okay. Unity is same for all of these.
Okay. All right. So. Okay. So now we have to tell Git to create a version control in this folder, right? So I'm going to write Git init. Init, right? Initialize makes sense, right? So Git init, press enter, and look what it says. An empty Git repository has been created in Git test. Okay. So this folder now has Git version control running in it. So let's write Git status. Status is exactly what it sounds like. It tells you what's the status of this folder. Let's type in Git status, and it says I have this sample folder that we know. Okay. So it's saying Git is telling us there's this folder called sample.txt, and it needs to be, it hasn't been saved. So what do we write? We write git add space period. This tells Git to put all the files that are currently unsaved, put it to the staging file. So press enter. It's not going to tell you anything. There's no return message. So now you write Git. I'm sorry. All the keywords, everything has to start with Git. So Git commit -m, and then in the two quotation marks, you're going to write the commit message, whatever you're saving. Okay, so I'm going to write initial commit. Pretty straightforward, and I press enter. And look at the message. One file changed. All right, so nothing has been inserted, nothing has been deleted. So now let's do Git status again. And let's see. On master branch, nothing to commit.
So when it says nothing to commit, that means everything's up to date. Git has your latest version. There's no more changes that have been made so far, so there's really nothing new for it to say. So now,
So the last one is the Git test.
where?
What? Oh, Git status.
Git status. So, all right, so now I'm gonna open this sample. You guys should be doing the same, and let's just write something, hello Java or whatever, right? So I saved this, right? And close it. And I just saved it, but it's saved on my computer. It hasn't been saved to the Git, right? So let's go back. I have this weird message on my side. Message some. Let me unmute. Let me. Mehdi, brother, I'm going to unmute you. I just unmuted you.
Unmuted.
So what weird message did you get? So I'm going to, okay? I'm going to make you the presenter so I can see your screen. Okay. Is this your screen or mine? Oh, Julbai. Oh, your name is different. Okay. Do you email address? So I don't think it I don't think you set up your email and username correctly when you first set up Git. So I don't know at the moment how to fix this. I probably can figure it out, but right now it just might take a while. Yeah, don't worry, I'll help you out later. So I'm just going to unmute you and make me the presenter again, okay?
Muted.
Okay. All right. So what did we do? We wrote hello Java in the text file, right? But we haven't saved it in Git. So now if I'm back in my terminal, if I write Git status, right? What does it say? It says modified. The sample.txt has been modified. So now we have to, if we wanted to save a version, what do we have to type first? Get what? So I want to save this. I want Git to save this. So what's the first command? Right. So there's only two commands that you need to know to save: git add and git commit. So git add. If you wrote like this, right? Yeah. If you have only one file that you want to save the change, you just have to write the name of the file in quotes. But if you want every change to any file, you just write git add space dot. So now it's sent to the staging round, and now we have to finalize it. So git commit -m, and
I'm gonna write wrote hello Java. So saved, one file changed, one insertion, right? So we right now, last time it said 0 insertion because we just created an empty file, and this time we added something to it. So it says plus insertion. So let's do git status again. And look, nothing to commit, all right? So we're up to date. So you guys, I guess you can see, you know, how Git works, the basics of Git, how it works. But, you know, where this is right now being stored on your computer. Git is creating a local directory on your computer, right? So now if you're in a software development team, right? Remember we said if your project is on one computer, it's difficult for everybody else in your team to have the latest version, right? So it's better if we link this to GitHub, right? One folder on the internet where your project is, right? So let's do that. So everybody go back to your GitHub. Okay, so everybody, I'm going to go to my GitHub. You guys should be going to yours. So github.com. Okay. Now, this should be your home page. Any questions? Good. Okay. This should be your home page, and on the left-hand side, you should see a button that says New Repository. Repository just means folder, right? So we're going to create new repository. And click it. And now this is the repository name. You should, yeah. So let's go back one more time. So after you log in to your GitHub, right? That?
Yeah.
So you're logged into your GitHub account, right? Mm-hmm. On the left side, you're going to see a button that says New Repository. Do you see it?
Can you give the control to Shams?
Sure.
You also can go to repository.
Shams? Oh, right here, right? Shams Mohammed?
Yeah.
Okay, so mute you. Make presenter.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're on your profile page. This is where, you know, you add your picture, you add your status, select Facebook, right? So you want to go to your home page. So press the cat in the top left corner. Okay. And start a project and create new repository is the same thing. So click start a project. Okay, you should see it. Okay, so I'm gonna change back the control back to me, okay? Okay. Okay, so everybody should either be on the same page as I am, or they should see a button that says start new project, okay? So either one, click it, and click new repository. And repository name, you should name it, you know, whatever you named it on your folder. So I'm gonna write git test. Okay, this is where you're gonna write a little description about what your project does. This is optional. Obviously, if you're in a team and you want everybody online and the internet to see your project, it makes sense to give a little description, right? So Yeah, so
repository name should be the same name as the folder.
it should be, right? It makes sense.
So the repository name should be the same as the folder name.
Yeah, you,
So for the mapping, yeah, you have
Did-
to have same name, better.
yeah, it's better, right? So you don't get confused. So I'm just going to write a description, git test for a class. It's marked as public. We're going to leave it the way it is. And then on the bottom, we're going to write create repository. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So now look at how helpful GitHub is. It's already guessing that you have a Git file folder installed on your desktop, and you want to link it to this repository, right? So look on the bottom where it says push an existing repository from the command line, and it already has given you the command. So you don't even have to type anything. All you have to do is just copy and paste. So let's copy this. Copy the top one. And now I'm going to go back to my terminal and I'm going to paste it. Okay? So I'm going to press enter. Nothing happens, right? So I have to go back. Now I have to copy the second one. Very straightforward, right? Command C. Okay, so press enter. And it's there. Okay. So let's type git status one more time, okay? What's it gonna say? It says your branch is up to date with the origin/master. So origin/master is basically the nickname for your GitHub repository. Okay, so anytime it says origin or master, that means your GitHub folder. So everything's up to date. So let's check. I'm going to go back to my GitHub page, and I'm going to click the folder name, git test. Okay, so let's click it, and look, see, sample.txt is saved, right? Everything's there. The message is there. What we did, wrote hello Java, and the time that it was uploaded, right? So now, just to go back to showing you, if someone makes an error, let's open the sample.txt again. And right now it just says hello Java, but let's say I write something, right? I can't make an error, so I'm just going to write error. So I wrote something, some code in here that made it an error, right? So I'll save this. It's saved locally, so now I have to go back to Git and save it. So Git add dot git commit -m and some mistake. Let's just say made error. Okay. So now this, change that we made, it's saved on Git, but it's not posted to our GitHub account. It's not saved to the GitHub folder yet. So what do we do? Is type git push. We're pushing the update -u, so update, right? Origin master. Origin does not. Git push. Let's just do git push origin. Please make sure you have correct access rights.
You are making spelling mistake in the origin. It should be origin, right?
Oh. Origin.
Okay, thank you. All right, so git push -u origin. Origin is the nickname for our GitHub repository, right? So everything's updated. Let's go back to our GitHub. I'm going to refresh. Okay, you see, made error. Okay, so now made error. So remember the blame keyword we had? Remember blame? Let's go back. This is my updated folder, updated text file. I click on it to see what's inside. I see error, 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 and I want to know who did this. So I click this button in the middle, blame. So it shows me, right? 11 minutes ago, I made this, right? 2 minutes ago, I made this mistake, made error. So now, right, I don't want this version, right? I want the previous version, right? The one without the error. So let's see, I go to on the right-hand side, history. Okay. History.
When I click on git test and my file, it doesn't show up.
Can you show me your screen?
Yeah.
What's your name?
And again, Hassan.
Same thing happens.
Right.
Okay.
Everybody's still hearing me though? Okay. Okay. So where's your error?
And then you click the git test file.
Did you do the same commands, git origin remote? No, you did all that?
Yeah.
Okay, so go to git test. Click on it.
See, nothing happens.
Go to your, let me see your terminal.
Wait a minute.
It's right down on the right.
Right.
Current branch has no. Oh, it tapped. This is security. So I don't know which one you did. You probably there's two. There's two. Remember, Mafibai showed one is HTTPS. Huh?
Yeah, it's the
So
there's two protocol.
Two protocol.
HTTPS, SSL.
yes. So
Which one you did?
I guess I did HTTPS.
It's fine.
so it's fine, but you just have to every time you wanna make the change to the GitHub, you have to type the email address and the password that you agree to get with.
Where do I have to type the email address and password?
Let me go back. Go to terminal. Type git status. Nothing to commit on. Okay. So I don't think your the GitHub is linked. It didn't make the link yet. Okay, so go back to the GitHub page.
Okay.
Now, so copy the line git remote add, right? No. I think that's the mistake that you made first time. So you see on the bottom, push an existing repository in the black, the second one.
No, I didn't see.
You don't see it? Or push an existing repository.
Wait a minute. Yep.
Okay, so copy the first command, first line. Go back to terminal and enter that. Enter. Already exists.
So it's already exists.
So it already exists. So try the second command. See? So it's not saying that you can't do it. It's just you have to provide your username and password. So what
Just because it is HTTPS?
I don't know which protocol you use, but Mafi, by which one was it
that he was taking
SSH, right?
SSL is the one that needs the password?
I don't know. You're sure.
I don't remember.
Let's try both. Which one will?
So I have to put my username now?
Yeah, type in your Gmail. I'm not Gmail. I'm sorry. The email that you signed up.
Email or username?
Username. Your username for GitHub.
Right. Not the email.
Well, it's your email. The email is your username.
Okay.
Enter. Now
Password, right?
your password. Okay, so right, everything is up to date. So go back to your GitHub. Try to go to that folder. Go to Git test kit.
I got it, yeah.
There, right?
Thank you, yeah.
Here's a question.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you go over the thing? How did you? I have the sample text file in my GitHub account, but the error file. How did you do that? What did you?
Do you have your GitHub linked?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I don't have it linked, I did the same thing as you did. I have the sample.txt file on my GitHub account.
Did you make any changes to it?
I have.
You have to optionally change it to error.
Yeah, you need to add something. Because
Oh, I have to add something to the file.
right, because it's saying there's nothing.
Now
to
you can take the control.
Anybody have their hands up? No.
Okay. Yep. You have to unmute, mute me.
I have to mute you?
Yeah, I guess I'm on mute.
Okay. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, so everybody should be on this page, right?
where you have the latest version of sample text uploaded, and it's the one that has an error, right? Does everybody have it? I mean, you guys should have wrote error or something like that in.
I did not do the like you just made changes at the last time, but I didn't do that like you post something like that.
You didn't.
Yeah, I didn't do that because the same thing happened to me. So it was not.
Did you have the same problem?
Yeah, no, I just fixed it right.
Okay, so.
Can you show me the again like push made error?
So. Open the sample.txt file and just write error or make some change to it, okay?
I should delete hello Java. I wrote it.
Yeah, it's fine. Or you can just add something, write something else. It's up to you. So now go.
Save, right?
Huh?
Save it.
Save it, yes.
Okay. All right.
Now go to terminal, right? You're gonna git
And
add space dot dash m, then in quotes you're gonna write what you did, right? So write a little message.
Code that I write in the file. Code that I write in the file, right? Same code I should write here.
No, in the quotes.
Yeah.
No, in the quotes you're just writing what you did, what you did to the file, your progress. What did you specifically do? So just write a message, right? Just write any message. Write anything. Usually you write, what changes you made. So that way you can, when you go to your history, you did this at this time. So just write, I made an error or whatever.
All right.
No, you're gonna upload it to your GitHub. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Why would you put it to his?
So you can see that.
Yeah, but I'll discuss it with him later. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So yeah, did it work?
Yeah, I just wrote them.
Okay, so now write git push git push origin.
Origin, right?
Yeah.
Enter.
Yes. Did it work?
Saying one file changed.
So it worked. Okay, so now go to your GitHub.
Yeah, it is just showing the message I just wrote in the file.
Okay, so all right, so guys, so everybody has the latest version uploaded to their GitHub, right? And let's just say, what does it say? This is the version that has the error, right? So if we were developing the software, we would want the version right before it, right? The one that doesn't have the error, right? Makes sense, right? So what I can do is click on the file, double click it, and it'll show me what's currently in there, right? I have hello Java and error, right? I want the version that only says hello Java, right? I don't want the error. So what I can do is, once I'm here, I'm going to write history. You should see on the right hand side, history. And this shows me all the history of the commits that I saved to this file. Everybody see it, right? So initial commit, wrote hello Java, made an error. I want this version, the one that says hello Java. So if you're on the right hand side, you see this two brackets. What does it say? Browse the repository at this point in history. So at this point there was no error. I want this version, so I'm going to click it. And now, look, now if I open this version, it's the one that just says hello Java. So this is the version that I want. I don't want the other version. So what can I do? I'm gonna do copy path, fork. Where is? Yeah.
How long you need more?
No, we're done.
Yeah, okay.
We're almost done.
So give some time for questions or like anything you.
Yeah. All right. So I'm just gonna finish up. This is the version that we want, right? So I'm just gonna write clone. Go to clone or download, and if I click download zip, it's gonna download the version of this project that had no errors. So I can work on that point. So don't worry, we're gonna be going over this later much more in depth, but I hope you guys understand the basics, right? Yes.
Let's say we're working in a team, right? But my question is, how are you gonna link each other? How am I gonna download your file from your account? So how are you gonna link?
Okay, so you wrote some code, right, on the project that you have right now, and you put it on GitHub, right? So right now, the code the code is in the folder, right, in the project, but your other team members, they don't have that one, right? They don't have your code. So there's a command called git fetch, right? So if you do git push, it pushes your code to the folder. And if you're the other team members and you want that code, you write git fetch origin. So git fetch origin will download whatever changes you made and it will add it.
But how am I gonna know that I want the folder from your? I mean, what's the link?
There is no. You just create one folder. Everybody has access to it. That's it.
Okay.
There is no multiple. There's no one, for you, one for the other one. Everybody has one access, right? So if I delete the folder from local machine, what's going to happen to the Git repository? So
how can we access the folder that I uploaded yesterday?
Give me 1 second. So let me just answer this question. So what happens if you delete the Git repository on your local machine? Well, if you already pushed the updates to your GitHub folder, right? It'll be deleted on your machine, but the project will still exist on GitHub. So you can just download it again from GitHub. Let's say you accidentally delete the version that's on your computer and you need it again. So you just download it from GitHub because it's already saved there. Okay? I hope that answered the question. And I'm sorry, brother, what you were saying?
How can we get access to the folder that Mafi uploaded yesterday? Suppose someone uploaded a file. How can we locate that in the GitHub?
Well, you would need to know their, user.
I need to get into the file that Mafi uploaded yesterday.
Okay, so let's do that. So, does anybody know Mafi Bai's GitHub username?
Mr. Rahman?
No. Something like this. I'm not sure.
So we have to know the person's username.
Right. It's like Facebook. You can't just go to Facebook, right? You have to search for your person, right? You have to go to their page. So the same thing.
It's am
Okay, so let me see. So github.com/ what is it?
like this.
Yeah, 53.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Okay.
That's him, right? Okay, so guys, wait. So what did he? Let's go to his repositories. What did he add? I'm not sure. Like what did he add a folder or?
OOP encapsulation and what's the other one?
I think the place, right? Now we had maybe.
Oh, so this one. Okay. So let's.
Yeah, the last one. The last one.
There's the latest one, right? Yeah, it says 1 day ago. See?
Yeah, the last one.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
How did you go there?
Yeah. Okay. So this is this folder, right? And this is what we want.
Then we have to go to history, right?
Not history. Let me just go. Give me 1 second.
So when I wrote in there the GitHub website, it doesn't show anything. So we have to put slash.
Sorry?
When I just wrote his name, Mr. Rahman 53 in the GitHub in the search box, it doesn't show anything. So I need to write down the website and then slash and then you can use that, right?
Yes. Okay, guys. So this is just one file, right? You can't just download one file. You have to download the entire project. Right? So GitHub doesn't let you download individual file. So this is one file folder he created called OOP, right? So if I want this file, I have to download the entire project. So you see on the right hand side, clone or download. So I'm going to click this and I'm going to click download zip. So now this should be downloading. So I'm going to go to where it is downloaded. All right. So if I extract this, and look, see, I have everything I have the entire project, right? Polymorphism, everything that the calculator.java, everything is here.
No, we updated and push back.
No, but you can't. You can't push it back.
You can push back. It could be different partition.
No, but remember, publicly you can just read. If he gives you access to write, to upload, then you can do it.
Right. So in real world, we take it and we
Right.
update the enhancement.
Right.
And push back.
Right.
It will be under different partition.
Right. So exactly. If you do git push,
Yeah.
it might not let you because he has to give you access. Only then it will be saved. But do you guys see? So like Mafibai added something to his Git repository, and you can just download it and use it for yourself. So this is how open source tools work. Selenium is an open source, right? So you can download entire Selenium interface from GitHub wherever it's stored, and you can use it. You can make your own changes. You can make your own files, but you're not going to be able to upload it back because the creators of Selenium haven't given you access. It's dangerous.
Give them 5 minutes. So we already 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're done for today, though.
Give them 5 minutes. If there any question online, we are fine.
Okay, guys. So it's okay. All right. So it's 10:10 now, I believe, and we're gonna let's just stay until 10:30. If you guys know.
You can
Okay. Another. Okay.
It's not gonna count. We only put 2 hours.
Okay. So another 10 minutes for questions.
Yeah. Put question time. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
So yeah, so questions.
This is question time. I'm gonna end the session in about 10 minutes, so I'm reserving this for questions. I hope I explained it to you in an easy manner. Yes, so I'm learning just as you guys are learning. So if you guys have any questions online, just type it in the chat box. And yeah, if you guys have no questions, then I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and I hope you learned something. Okay. What message? Hold on. Okay, Mehabiba, I'm going to unmute you, and I'm going to make you the presenter so I can see your screen, okay?
Unmuted.
Oh, yeah. Make it small, make it small. Try bring it in the middle. Okay. Is that correct? I think that's the error. So it couldn't validate that email address. So you could just yeah, but does your Git work? Because the